on YouTube. Good.
Lovely.
Well, I mean, did you try to play Star Citizen today?
Sure did.
How'd
Wish
that
I
go
didn't.
for you? Yeah, exactly.
It worked well for a good totals of 6 minutes.
Yep. I played Eve.
Yeah, nice. Oh.
I didn't know what else to do.
Yeah, I had at least the opportunity of like, hey, I haven't looked at all the different light vision yet.
Hmm.
So I was like, all right, that'll take us a good 50 minutes.
That'll take an hour to spawn 3 ships, because that's what it took me. It took 15 minutes to try and send 2 boxes down a freight elevator. They never went down.
Nice.
Yep.
It was interesting. We didn't have any of those problems, but I could not travel through a wormhole. And like, yeah, I was having lots of problems trying to get ships back into hangars and stuff.
Yeah. Like, this is like a big thing. I sent a message to somebody who's like been on vacation, and hoping that they can see what's up and make sure that they're like aware of this. But it's like very clear that there's serious problems anywhere the missions are located in the PTU. But I don't know if that's because that's where the people are, or if that's like something related to the new content. But like just insane delays. But then if you're at ArcCorp where there's not much going on, it's okay. So like if you're if you're like you were trying to do mining missions, you could do them probably around ArcCorp. If you were trying to do just anything other than the event, you could probably do it at ArcCorp. But that was it. So that's what I ran into today. And then like I've done everything already, so I'm going like, all right, I kind of want to figure out the event and like what points are what and what can we get, you know, what is the best way to do it or whatever, right? And yeah, no. it was frustrating.
Yep.
So
Star System works every time.
yeah. So I assume we'll be about the same length as last week this week.
Yeah, it feels like that. There's not much to like. There wasn't much to expand on even what we talked about last week. You know,
that's what I was gonna say. Is there's some new shit. The pricing surge thing happened. I have a little bit to say about it, not a lot. A lot of the things that we're gonna say is like good idea, but, and that's really it. Just a little but, and then move on. So we'll probably grab a couple callers and then call it a day there. Ready for intro?
Yeah, let's do it.
Just early year Star Citizen stuff, right? It's a lot better than it normally is, but not a whole lot there. Oh, Croncy,
I've already done my delay.
Okay,
I did it already.
Okay.
Fucking ban that guy.
All right, it's your chat. You ban him. All right, I'm doing the intro. It's your intro though this week, I think.
Yes.
20 seconds. 15. And 10.
Oh, 7 Star Citizens, and welcome back to Answer the Call, your weekly call-in show and podcast about everything Star Citizen related. Hello, Mike. How are we doing this week?
Sorry, I'm just on an interaction delay. I'm doing good. Got
him.
Yeah. But that's basically what we've been experiencing all week. So we're going to talk PTU and pricing surge, and a little nerve-wracking. So that's how my week's been. It's like a little bit of what we talked about last week was like, all right, is this the new schedule? Like, are we not going to see this patch until February sometime, or are they like rushing to get this out? And it kind of feels like they're rushing to get it out now. So it's like, ooh, I'm scared that this, like the experience that we're currently having on the PTU, and I believe it's even carried over to live a little bit,
Mm.
is the experience we're gonna have, and because that's
Yeah.
how Star Citizen has been over the last 10 years, is like,
Yep.
all right, they're not gonna get all this stuff fixed, so what's gonna be left over? And yeah, it's been a weird PTU experience. So I played Eve before the
Yep.
podcast because it was actually completely unplayable. I
Yeah.
tried to do stuff and I said, guys, I was trying to send 2 boxes down a freight elevator. I said, I will wait 15 minutes. I think that that is an insanely ridiculous thing to do, is wait 15 minutes for a box to go down a freight elevator. But I'm going to give it 15 minutes. If it
Mhm.
does not go down, we're playing Eve until the podcast. I played Eve. So that's how bad it is right now.
Yeah.
10,
That's rough.
15 seconds trying to quantum travel,
Mhm.
missions, all sorts of problems. So it's just can't tell what's wrong because everything is wrong.
And I feel like we haven't seen stability problems like this for a while, even in like PTUs. I feel like it's
Correct.
been like about a year. It was kind of like January last year with some more of like the 4.0, 4.1 stuff where just nothing was working. You couldn't do anything. So
Very weird. I
yay.
feel like we
Yeah.
have had PTUs that are this bad. I'm trying to stay on the positive side of things, of like,
Mhm.
maybe still this is not coming out until February, so this is not that big of a deal.
I no,
Or
it's not. It's coming out January.
yeah,
Um
it is for sure.
yeah,
But
yeah.
maybe, fingers crossed, like, oh, I can hope. But the other side of it is it's the weekend. So they put it up.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
gradually gotten worse. What if this is just some minor tweak that needs to be made? Like, oops. What if this is just an
Yeah.
oopsie and they finally do
It
it?
very well could be, yeah.
So hopefully, but
Um
probably
yeah.
not. Let's be real here.
I think I don't know about you, but I was certainly surprised that we did go from EVO to open wave within the week. After
Without
it was
ever
only
dealing
in
with this
EVO for
issue.
like half a day, and then yeah. So
This issue has
I
existed
don't know, man.
since wave 1 as far as I have noticed it.
Yeah.
And not dealing with the like insane delays and just like it's weird. The frame rate on the server may look okay, but like
Hmm.
everything else is messed up. Like really bad.
Yes.
But then
Yeah.
if you really look at the server frame rate, it's like frozen. So you don't
Yeah.
know what the server frame rate is. So it's like, oof, dude, this is like somebody said this is 318 levels. I'm like, not quite,
Uh,
but
three
this
people
could be
weren't able
bad.
to get into the game in
Yeah.
318. Like there was much bigger problems there. Um I will say, so like the problems that we had today were not as aggressive as what you've described, but we still had a lot of big issues. So we tried to do one of the cargo missions
Uh-huh.
for the new event, going in from Nyx to Microtech.
What were you
And it
moving?
seemed like everything was
Mold
working.
samples?
Yeah, two missions: mold samples and
Oh,
the
the
cryopods.
bodies. Yeah, yeah, because
Yeah,
they go well together. Yep. Yeah.
yeah. So started doing that. Loaded them. Ship came up fine
Yep.
and like on time. Loaded it up all fine. We went to the jump point. We went through the jump point. We came out of the jump point in Nyx still.
Yeah.
It did not send us through. And then after we did that, we had all the delays. So if we tried to move a box on the ship, it would teleport back. It would jump over to the sides. It would
Mhm.
finally figure out where it's supposed to be. At one point, it like yeeted itself off into the distance, and we couldn't get it back. I couldn't see the other player. Oh, then like, all right, screw it. I'll backspace and try to get home and then do it. It took like a solid minute and a half for the backspace to recognize what was going on.
Oh my god.
Um, I flew a ship back to the location. Once again, when I did it, it was like, yeah, the ship came up. It was fine. I was able to quantum, whatever. The second I got back near that area, everything went to crap again. So, um, yeah, it was just kind of completely unplayable, which not good for trying to test this event.
Oh, you
Yeah.
just reminded me I have to turn off my sounds for my television because they'll just start doing all the this was the best year of Star Citizen
Yeah,
ever
yeah, yeah.
and all that. And it just it was last year. It's
Yeah,
2026
yeah.
now. So
Yeah.
it might be different this year. We'll see. But yeah, so it's a little. I would say it's a little nerve wracking, and that it's like,
Yeah.
ooh, all right,
There's a
we like
lot of fixing before it can go live. And then even then, like, we don't know how this event's gonna handle live. Like,
if
you
it
know,
can't handle the PTU,
exactly. So it's gonna be rough. I mean, it was one of my predictions is that this event would be back and it would
it
be
would be
terrible
bad.
still, and
Now,
it's
here's
looking like that's the case.
I will say this:
Hmm.
if it's not the event that is causing all these problems,
Hmm.
the event itself, they're doing a lot of like learning from previous stuff, and like it's all
Yep.
kind of cool. I think last week or the week before we were talking about like how Eve missions have the like the relatable cargo to what you're doing. Immediately it's
Hmm.
in here. And it's like, hey, I'm moving these dead bodies or like
Hmm.
sick bodies to a place where they're like trying to get better, or I'm moving mold samples. The vice versa, you're moving mold treatment from Stanton
Yeah.
to Levski. Like it's all kind of cool. And then, ooh, I want to bring this one up. Let me check.
Hmm.
I guess we'll get right into the patch stuff.
Yep.
Is which one was it on? Let me find it. Oh no, is it Wednesday? Which day did they do it? I don't know. I don't know which day they did it, but the taking the when you hit, oh, I think it was Friday. When you hit 50% on one of the
Hmm.
things, you get like an extra storyline mission.
Yep.
Yeah, there it is. I have it on Friday. Okay. Alliance mission milestones or whatever. Alliance aid
Hmm.
milestones. Like, that's just nice. That's
Hmm.
cool. So, like, if all of this stuff gets ironed out even slightly, like these are I gotta turn the intro off. I almost didn't. These are nice little additions, right? So if you hit
Yeah.
50% on transport, you pick up vent filters from Hurston and mold treatment from Microtech and deliver it to the commodities at Levski. Maybe there's some nice flavor text in there. Collection, you find and deliver Melina mold. In this patch, Melina mold is in Levski. You collect it from the station itself. Kind of cool, right? And then defense, a ship in Nyx carrying 2 cryopods with some VIPs is under attack. You save and save the cargo and transport the VIPs. Like
Hmm.
doing little stuff like that is like, oh, I see 1.0. I see how like
Yeah.
this would be cool in some quest lines and stuff. So
Hmm.
it's like it's not all bad, right? And I think a lot of the stuff with this event is good,
Hmm.
except for the story, which I'm not gonna stop harping on. If the story was good, all of this shit would be so much more fun. I think.
Hmm.
Like again, if I was the one coughing, if I can get Melina mold by going to Levski,
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. If the story was more engaging, because I think the story itself is fine. I
the
think the
story is
narrative
good.
guys
If
have
I was
commented.
reading a book,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, right. But if I'm playing a
Yeah.
game,
Exactly. Yes. 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 Yes.
I want it
Yeah.
to. I want to interact with it. It's like these guys are
Yeah.
writing novels, not writing a game, and that's a part of the problem, I think.
Mhm.
And that's all. So I think like, damn, like this is not going to be as shit as resource drive. There's no way. Most of the missions are happening at places where the cargo's easy to interact with.
Mhm.
And all that stuff. Like they've learned a lot of lessons. They've added cool stuff to it. It's just why why? So yeah, that's all we're here with is just we're wondering why. But
Yep.
um I don't know. I feel good about a lot of this. I
Mhm.
feel like as the game progresses, like a lot of stuff they're doing now is going to be relevant to making things a little more fun. Like just this little
Yeah.
50% thing where you get like an extra little salt, little pepper on your steak
It's your
is
Skinner
nice.
box. Yeah. It's your, hey, you've grinded a little bit. Now we'll give you a little reward to keep you grinding, basically.
Yeah, but even if it's
And
just
as long
a
as those are enjoyable, then
story,
yeah, it works.
even if it's just a little story too, I think it's cool.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. So I don't of the patch and the things that have come out this week. Was there anything that stuck out to you? There's some stuff that stuck out to me. That in particular was one of them.
For this patch, honestly, no. Like,
Okay.
it felt like it was like even the extra missions, unlocks, and whatnot are still just more of the stuff that they introduced at the beginning of the Evo patch. Um, uh,
Yeah,
and if anything, I am getting less impressed by these types of missions. They
it's a lot of the same.
they're still just trying to get us to do eliminate all missions and pick up box missions and stuff, and it's
Yeah.
so boring. It's like we've been doing this shit for like 10 years. And then it's like you have peppered a couple of more unique missions in there, but I don't know if that's enough incentive for me to actually want to grind for this mission, right? And I don't know what
W-
the rewards are, but I don't know if they'll be enough either.
The only thing I would argue against you here is what MMO doesn't have boring missions? It's not about the missions.
Well, no,
Usually.
I think Star Citizen has some interesting missions and and
Sure.
some interesting content. They introduced that last year,
Yeah.
but then still like it's if you go and play, like we'll say you World of Warcraft as an example, yeah, you'll have your boar killing
Kill
mission that
10
you do to
boars,
level
yeah.
up. Guess what? You're probably not doing that every day. Your daily missions are probably a little bit more varied. And even when you're doing those, you're doing that around other more interesting content, right? Like you're doing your daily missions while waiting for like a big party finder uh, uh,
Like raid or
dungeon to
whatever.
pop and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that doesn't exist in Star Citizen. In Star Citizen, it's just you're just grinding the boar missions over and over and over again, um, and arguably less fun than the boar missions.
Yeah, because
So,
it takes so
yeah,
long to do everything, quantum
yep,
travel, having to move the boxes yourself. Like there's no
yeah,
convenience at all for the player while
hmm,
doing them. So I could totally
yeah,
see that perspective, of course. I just think that the the foundation of what you do in Star Citizen for like grinding rep or whatever
hmm,
um will be this stuff. So
yeah,
I
and
like
that's
it's not
fine.
going to go
If that's
away.
if this sort of stuff is the foundation, that's fine. If this sort of stuff is what our cool, unique events are going to be, then it sucks.
Agreed. Agreed. Right? Like the cool unique events should be
Yeah,
Hathor, right? Should be the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
worm, like
Yeah, like I want this stuff to exist if like, I think this type of event in particular would be best as a real dynamic event that gets triggered by like, something happening once every few weeks or whatever. At certain locations these ones pop up. And then you will have sort of that moment of like, all right, cool, it's time to do like something a little bit different this week, and then you come back and you do it in another couple of weeks type.
I also think that this event can only exist if it really negatively affects the player. So it's like I will
Yeah.
grind that shit to save Levski because it really sucks
Hmm.
if it disappears or my character
Yeah.
keeps getting sick and like I can't deal with it anymore. Like almost annoy the character into wanting to do that stuff. I don't know.
Hmm.
I know that doesn't
One
sound
thing,
positive or good at all, but that's not.
you
I
know,
think
but
you might know what I mean.
yeah, like think about one of the cool things that I really liked about um Ninetales Blockade or Ninetales Lockdown is like, hey, here is this station. You are like you can't do stuff at this station until this like event's over, right? Or like you are essentially being punished to do stuff at this station until this event's over. Now, other than the event itself, there wasn't really much reason to go to that station, but you could use that sort of theory of like, let's say these kinds of events are happening at a jump point, and like you are now negatively impacted by this event unless you assist with it or
Yeah.
whatever, in order to get through. Uh, the example in this exact situation would be like you go to Levski, there's some stuff you want to buy at Levski. Well, if you go to Levski, you actually get a debuff because you get sick for the next like 24 hours. And it's like unless you attempt to assist them, you're now in a worse situation, and you are then incentivized to do it.
What if we meet in the middle somewhere where it's not like this timed event when the entire game, delivers enough Molina mold samples or whatever, and it's more of
Yeah.
a thing like similar, like half of what you're saying, where it's like dynamic in the sense of when I complete it, I have the cure, and
Hmm.
now I don't get sick anymore, and then the people who
Yeah.
complete it, who don't complete it have to wait until the event is over, and then everybody
Yeah.
gets it or something. I don't know. But All I know is that the moment this is on live, I'm not sleeping. I'm grinding it. It will be done within 24 hours, and I am
Yep.
never engaging with it again after that. I am getting all the rewards,
Fair.
which I think the rewards have been leaked now. I saw somebody type something in my chat. I don't know if I believe them or not. It
Yeah,
sounded
I don't
like
think
a
I have, as far
it
as I'm
sound
aware.
it sounded like not great, but
Oh no,
weapons are
sorry,
back
I
on the
do.
menu. So art
One of I
repeaters,
think,
but something else.
and I think, one of the things I said last week is also the case. I think the armor ended up happening, but
Yeah, of course.
yeah.
So we'll see. I don't know if unconfirmed. It was just something that somebody typed in the Twitch chat. Who knows? But
Hmm.
I think again, positive thing is we'll see where those fit. By the way, like
Hmm.
where the weapons are on that list, because if they're on your personal path or if they're in the others, because I think we did talk about, hey, skins are cool, but it would be really nice to get some better weapons and things like that, so that,
Hmm.
hey, if you make me grind, make it worth my grind. So if these weapons
Yeah.
are like going to be PvE beasts, and now I'm able to do the daily type of missions that I like doing every day
Hmm.
quicker, that's great. I think that's
Yeah.
fantastic, and then the grind is worth it. So it just
Yeah.
comes down to what the stuff is. So when they actually officially come out with the rewards and say what those weapons are, say what the armor
Hmm.
is, what advantages it has, disadvantages, whatever, that would be really nice to see. Now,
Yeah.
one thing I want us to talk about that I can't believe you didn't check. I imagine you did. Gold Standard Aurora came out this week. Did you
Yes.
check it?
Yes.
Okay, so that was,
Yeah.
I
Check it
think,
out.
something worth bringing up, and is like pretty
Hmm.
cool. What'd you think about it?
Sure is an Aurora.
It's an Aurora.
There's some cool stuff to it. There was some cool stuff, but like, it's just an Aurora, and I truly do not care about that ship. Um,
Uh,
I
guys, I
I
can't
like
wait to
some of
announce
the
our
like.
new host next week. It's gonna be awesome.
I like some of the like the hull redesign. Like, there's a couple of like shape differences and stuff.
They
Most
raised
of
it up.
the
That was the big thing.
I didn't notice that. Interesting.
Yeah, it's higher, so you're able to
Um,
deal with cargo a lot easier.
yeah, yeah. Obviously, because it's gold standard, there's now a bunch of module spots. There's much better places for you to put your weapons and whatnot. Noticeably, there's modules at the top that, as far as I'm aware, you can't access unless you're in 0G.
Not necessarily. You can take a tractor beam and flip it on its side and hold it against the wall. That's what I want to talk about. Totally fine.
Yep.
Gold standard your face off. Um,
Yep.
this is why I hate this company right here,
Hmm.
because the art team has a schedule that they have to keep because they have to deliver 30,000 ships so they can make Squadron 42 instead of Star Citizen. And I
Hmm.
guarantee you that the power plant is a little bit too wide to fit on the side. So instead of redoing the Aurora altogether like they should have done in the first place, they're going to do a Mark II. They're going to make this thing a fucking classic car, and then it's going to be shit. You're never going to use it anyway. And it's
Yeah.
like, it's so frustrating. And then every time you hear Jared at the end of ISC say, thank you for the process of game development, that whole thing. And it's like, no, it's the process of Star Citizen development, because no other game studio would do this. This isn't game development.
Yeah.
This is like ship store development type stuff. And it's really, really, really frustrating that this obvious gameplay choice is always um like trumped by the schedule of marketing or ship. And it's like,
Hmm.
if this was the right situation, the Aurora would be done right from the start, and the power plant
Yeah.
would be in the right place. The it's just the power plant. It's the most critical piece. It needs to
Hmm.
be in a place where you can access it. It should be inside the ship somewhere. Like, I should be able to access it from the bed.
Yeah.
Like, or under, at least, where the cargo is. And
Hmm.
it was just like, how does this happen? And it happens because the artists have way more power than they should have at this company. That's the
Mm.
only thing I could think of. Is like they decided they were done and that was it. And everybody said, "Okay, great job. It looks great. Move on to the next thing you're going to sell cuz Squadron 42 or something." It's just man, it's annoying. I know it's just a starting ship, but it's a microcosm of everything with them.
Yeah.
And it just bothers me. So I like, hey, gold standard was good. It's got everything that a gold standard would need. I really don't have anything bad to say about it. Although they ruined the cockpit again. Like I loved the Aurora cockpit with the 4 panels, and they went down to
Mhm.
2. And I hate you for that. Whoever you are, I hate you. But that's okay. I don't really hate you, but I hate you. Because I get,
I
but yeah, it's just
uh, yeah,
place
I don't
things
know,
where they
just
should
like
be. It's not gold
yeah,
standard.
and when they describe like a lot of their choice, like during like ship talks and stuff, and they describe a lot of their decisions for X, Y, Z. I don't know how they didn't see this.
I think they did. I think the decision is I don't care. This ship is going to be a classic car. No one's going to use it anyway. So let's just do the bare minimum and get it out.
But then
No
why
one's
do
going
it
to
at
fly
all?
in a.
Like that's my, I don't know.
Then why do it at all? I agree. Why do it at all?
Yeah,
They should be doing the Mark II Aurora and giving the Mark II Aurora to every Aurora owner like any other game studio would do, because they would be doing their alpha development behind the scenes. They would realize the Aurora Mark I is shit. They would make the proper one and no one would ever know. You would start with the Aurora Mark II like everyone else and it would just be
yeah,
called the Aurora. It's like, damn, guys. Like that's where it's like, again, this isn't game development. This is something else
yeah.
entirely. And it's okay if that's what your goals are and your goals aren't to make the best game possible, then go off, Jared. You're the best. And everybody, the artists, you're doing great at whatever it is you guys are doing, but you're not
Mhm.
making the best game possible for the players who backed your game.
Yeah,
Period. End of story. And it's I know that's like a crazy rant about an Aurora, but it's not just the Aurora. It's like
yeah. It's not the first time it's
it's
happened.
like the Shiv not having
Yeah.
any physical components on it, and it's just like all
Mhm.
these things that are just like it just keeps piling up. It's like just dumb.
Yep.
You could apply this to every aspect of the game, and it's just like, damn, what are we doing? Are we trying to make a good game? I don't know. I hope so, but it's not looking like it.
They could have
Uh,
put a like deployable ladder to like come out the side, and I would have
yeah,
been totally okay with this decision, right?
they can do
Like,
anything to allow us to get at the top, and
yeah.
then I'm cool with it. As long as you get to the
Yep.
top from the ground, I'm kind of cool with it. It should be internal. I really believe that,
Mhm.
but if it can't be, it should be at the bottom or it should be at the top. And
Yeah.
it's just the fact that it passes, that passes a review is it's just that thing where people say you guys don't play your game, and I know like some people do, but like who how does this I just don't get how it happens. We're in
Yeah.
what year is it? 14, 13, 500? Like how does something like this happen? It's just weird. It's so minor, it
Mhm.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, but it's going to happen on something that matters. And that's where the
Yeah.
frustration comes from. It's gonna happen on
Yep.
something that matters, and we're gonna both be upset about it, and the rant's gonna be justified. This rant probably doesn't seem justified to some people, and I understand, but it has happened to something that matters. Remember Flight Blades? Remember XYZ
Mhm.
thing? Remember, the last resource drive? Like, how the fuck do you choose an outpost? Like those kind of things. How do
Yeah.
these things happen is what I feel like every one of their meetings should be, but I feel like every one of their meetings are, how are we going to paper napkin some stupid design, tell some stupid story, sell some stupid ship? And it's like, damn, guys, we could be better. And
Yeah.
that's all I want for them is I just want them to be better. And I don't want them to be a ton better. I just want the power plant in a place I can reach it. I don't think I'm asking for too much.
Yeah. I also would love to see them do more. Like, one problem that they do with ships and like nothing else is they just release them. They never like they will come up with engineering, they'll come up with some content
It's not
and
like a
they'll get us to
patch.
test it and
Yeah.
they'll change it if something's wrong. Well, sometimes they'll change it if something's wrong or
Yeah.
whatever. They never do that with ships.
It's like
It
a
is always
really
just, here
long
is your ship, it's
process.
done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the ship team is a machine, right?
Mhm.
And it's a well-oiled machine. And if they don't get that, if we're asking them to come back to a thing that they've already finished, then that's a problem. And that's why the there needs to be an extra layer to the machine, or there needs to be more oil, and like maybe it needs a little greasing, because
Mhm.
there's that one element that's missing, and that is the like the whoa, hey, obvious problem here, how did nobody notice it? And
Yeah.
yeah, somebody has to be there to yell, and then somebody has to listen to that and
Mhm.
actually do it. But I don't know. So I'm sorry if that like annoyed people, but I feel like that's just so super justified.
It's alright, I don't see any complaints on either chat.
True, I didn't either, and I
Yeah.
expected a few because I was like pretty upset. And usually when I get pretty upset, people are like, "Oh, he's just doing it for whatever reason." It's like, no, man. I just want it to be better. I just want them to be better. I'm
Mhm.
not asking them to be perfect. I just want them to be better, and it just
Yeah.
doesn't seem like they care to. I saw something weird in the patch. I'll bring up the same notes that we were just
Mhm.
at. Um, there's a couple of weird things in the notes that I wasn't exactly sure what happened here. Um, HUD salvage. Oh, that's another huge update we could talk about too. Actually, huge. Updated HUD salvage that it shows wreckage. So I went and looked for this, and I'm asking you
Mhm.
guys in chat. I asked, and we can review as well. Um, I went to the yellow asteroid belt. I looked for the panels. It does say wreckage now on the larger
Yeah.
panels, the triangular one and the big one, the square one. The little
Okay.
ones, it says something else. I forgot. Maybe just salvage
Sure.
or something. It just has another name.
Yeah.
Um, I went to the mission salvage with the like a ship. It doesn't say
Mhm.
wreckage, but I never fractured the ship. So I'm curious, and I'm putting this question out to you guys:
Yeah, if
is
it
that
turns it into it.
if we fracture the ship, does it say wreckage? If you come across a dead ship that has been fractured, does it say wreckage?
Doesn't say wreckage.
I didn't check that
Mm.
stuff. So
Or is it
ver-
just panels, basically? Like,
yeah. Or is it exactly, or is it just panels? Don't know. The other thing
okay.
is that they doubled the signature length of harvestables, minables, and salvage. So now you're finding
Okay.
salvage at like 20 kilometers away. This has
Mhm.
both a very positive thing and a very negative thing to it. Um, you're finding this stuff. There's tons of markers on the screen to go to. So
Yep.
for people who mine, one of the more annoying things to do is scanning to find a rock, right?
Mhm.
Now you're gonna have a lot of pings. You can go directly to stuff, and you'll have more options to find. Very cool.
Yeah.
It gets a little confusing because you're seeing the hand minables much earlier, so it's harder to
Yeah, that's kind of
realize
annoying.
which is which. That's not
Yeah.
even the negative. The negative is a lot of the stuff you're seeing at around 20K. Guess when
Mhm.
you start to see ships. So it's very obvious when something was a ship or a vehicle is right around
Like,
20K.
okay, right.
So you're getting it cluttered with stuff that may not be minables now. So I do hope that this is just
Yeah.
a temporary thing until we can like really dial into certain signatures of like salvage or a certain mineable that you're looking for, whatever.
Yeah,
Um,
like, it could be fine as long as we could
yeah.
filter it, and
Yep.
then that distance makes a lot more sense and is okay. Or
Mhm.
even if, like, not even necessarily filter it, like, manually, like we would have to, or, like, whatever, just, like, do it by ship. Like, if you're in a mole, I obviously want to see
Yeah.
signatures of mining rocks, right?
There
And
was
so
a
on,
monthly
so
report that kind of hinted that that might be a thing
yeah,
like a year or two ago, and then it just like
okay.
never happened.
Then,
So
yeah, it's never happening ever.
probably not. Or
Yeah.
it'll just be like surprise, gold standard Aurora,
Yeah,
and you're just like,
random
what?
patch.
Okay. I know there was like some hint that we were getting a gold standard Aurora, but I think you know what I
Yeah.
mean. I wasn't expecting it; just kind of appeared.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I'm like checking the patch notes, and I'm like, I think that's a lot of.
We got we have EVA jetpacks now.
Oh yeah,
You
that's right. I
could
forgot about
you could
that.
use the fire extinguishers to propel yourself in EVA. It is a lot faster except
It's
I
cool.
still do not see like much of any use for it. And isn't it like I haven't done engineering in the PTU at the moment, but I imagine if your gravity shuts off and you've got to try to take out a fire and you shoot the fire extinguisher, you're gonna fly back as you're trying to get the fire out, right?
I didn't think about that.
That's a
That's
problem.
actually that's so funny. Can you outpace it by pressing forward?
You can fight it only a little bit, and then you're out.
Oh my god.
So
What if the other wall behind you is on fire and you just burn yourself to death by trying to put out a fire?
you've got to spin. It's like when people would get like fire extinguishers on an office chair, and they just start spinning around.
Oh shit! Somebody thought to do something cool and they didn't realize that they did something incredibly shitty. Potentially, this is so
Possibly,
funny.
it might be okay. In
It might
practice, it
be.
might be okay. But that was
Yeah,
my first thought. Is I was like,
I did
oh
not
wait, what
think
if we
about
actually
that.
need to use this in 0G?
That's super funny. Oh my god. That is actually hilarious. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see too much. There's quite a bit of bug fixes that are like little quality of life things that have been annoying in either the
Mhm.
PTU or in 4.5, but that's pretty much everything for me. Oh, there was another question that I'm trying to put out there. Including
Mhm.
new inventory for pyro rest stops, black markets. What does that mean? I looked everywhere. I don't see any new inventory
Mm.
anywhere. So I even went all the way to the contested zone in the
Yeah.
secret shop in Checkmate to be like, is that the black market? Nothing new there. So I don't know. And a lot of people probably don't even know that thing exists. But yeah, there's only one other thing. They added the Keltos to every space station in
Space station, yeah.
Stanton. Huge quality of life update if it actually had stuff worth buying in it. It doesn't really. It just has like the RMC canisters, but
Yep.
it like if I was to plead to Chris Roberts, because I imagine this is a Chris Roberts thing, we spent all this money or all this time on these cities. We want you to go to them.
Mhm.
The pyro, I walk a tiny bit after getting from my hangar to be able to get
Mhm.
everything I possibly can need. Levski, I maybe have to take a small elevator that's like a little tram, but just a little one, and then I'm there to where I need to go. Stanton is just not like that. It's just ridiculous in comparison to
Mhm.
those. So you've clearly learned your lessons in the newer locations.
Yeah.
I think what you need to do, and this will be a long-term thing, is have these Keltos have shops that are useful close to
Mhm.
the space station and provide content for people to make them actually want to go to your cities. Make that tram ride
Mhm.
worth it. The tram ride should not be worth it because I forgot to get a multi-tool. I can't buy a multi-tool at the Kelto, but I can buy the attachment
Yeah.
for the multi-tool. I don't know. That doesn't make a lot of sense. So I think
Mhm.
they need to really think about that one is, yeah, you
Yeah.
spent a lot of time, you spent a lot of money, you're going to make other cities and other places. Um, make it worth our while to go there, and then we'll go
Mhm.
there. Like, don't make it
Yeah.
a pain in the ass to have to go back because I forgot something. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Um,
Um,
yeah.
some stuff that happened in live as well this week. So we had
Yeah.
pricing surge,
Did
which
you partake?
no, I was unable to. But my understanding is it's basically the equivalent of remember during like Invictus, they would do the audio visual equipment and stuff.
Yep.
That it
Yeah,
was like,
sort of like
here
that.
during this one period, you've got some really good trade routes that are way more worth it. Which I'm a fan of these popping up from time to time. I think it's good.
I'm a huge fan.
It breaks up the monotony. So cool, right? Also gives opportunities for like some more dynamic stuff to happen, like ending up with piracy along these routes and that sort of stuff. So
I am a huge fan of this. I don't think this event was good. I think timing of it just sucks. A lot of people have a lot of money. The people who would do this have a lot of money. Um, like I did it. I did a trade. I did tungsten,
Hmm.
and because I figured that it was one that a lot of people won't be doing. So I have a lot of feedback to add here. That's it. Feedback, nothing negative.
Yep.
I think the idea is very smart. I think it's exactly what we need. I don't think we're going to be able to do a patch every month. I don't think that that's sustainable. I think it proved it wasn't sustainable last year, as in
Hmm.
every patch that did come out every month had a ton of problems with it and a lot of bugs, and they didn't have enough time to deal with those bugs, which is, again, why we're a
Yep.
little concerned about 4.6. And having this little breakup of like this jump town style experience sort of is awesome. Maybe not doing
Hmm.
this every time, maybe doing some other things, but I did
Yeah.
tungsten. I bought 600 SEU of tungsten, and just kept it at an outpost or whatever, and took a little bit of it at a time for 1.5k,
Yeah.
1.5k per unit, and brought it to Brio's Breaker Yard. But the thing is to like make any money with a thing like tungsten is oh, I see it now. Yeah, chill. I saw your face and I thought it was like about what I was saying, but
I
it
was
was
like,
about
no, no,
yeah.
no. I'm just having a stroke reading chat.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I just had to time somebody out. It was just like a weird one. I don't know if it was worth a timeout, dude, but it was just weird, so take a little break. The tungsten is something that like you would need to scale to like make
Hmm.
decent money with it. And
Yeah.
you're buying it from an outpost, typically small,
Hmm.
and selling it at Brio's Breaker Yard, smaller. So
Yeah.
it's not making sense of like it's not worth the juice isn't worth the squeeze because I can only put a few boxes on at a time, and
Hmm.
it just was like, ooh, no, this is not this ain't it. I would just say if they did this at a distribution center, I'm loading up a
Hmm.
C2 and I'm going in
Yeah.
the hangar and I'm taking my time to drop the boxes off or whatever, and then it might be
Hmm.
worth it. We'll see. So that's my feedback there is this is exactly what we need.
Yeah.
Execution isn't perfect. Please take the feedback on, learn from it, and make it better next time. I think it's as simple as the moment we lose something like tier 0 item recovery, all of a
Hmm.
sudden you can do an event like this where NPCs drop weapons that are like insane, and
Hmm.
when you lose them, you lose them. And it's like just this like time thing that's kind of cool. And if you hold on to it forever, you hold on to it forever, and you save it for well, maybe not live because it won't be, when the game launches, it won't
Hmm.
be there. But I think something like that would be like actually impactful and really cool. Like money doesn't matter no matter what anybody wants to say about a brand new player, about anybody. It will eventually just become quite monotonous, and the more of these you do, the less money's gonna matter,
Yeah.
right? So doing things where like I just go out and do stuff and I get something by doing the activity, like just by going to
Hmm.
Breeder's Breaker Yard, if there was like, I don't know, components that spawn randomly there that are like super good, like a mega fast quantum drive, who cares?
Yeah.
um that's I think that would like hit so much harder. It's just like
Is
the
there a
constant doing things for money
yeah.
is the thing I hope they learn of, like, we got to do something
Yeah.
different here, guys.
In regards to the scaling and stuff, because it's
I
obviously
only
for
did
someone with
tungsten
a
to be
much
fair.
smaller. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Because like regardless, these locations are small, right?
Yeah.
So obviously you are more incentivized for this event to be a player that has a lot smaller cargo ships, right? So this isn't necessarily, at least this one in particular, isn't necessarily for the people who want to do cargo with C2s and whole seas and whatnot. It's for the smaller thing. Now,
But I only
that's its
made
own issue because
a
you
couple
should
hundred
be.
K.
Yeah,
I get
the money
every
also
other
might not be
mission.
in the right spot, right?
Yeah. This
Yeah.
first, like, the number one thing
Um.
is this isn't a mission. So nobody knows it's
Yeah.
existing if you're like a newer player. And the
Mhm.
missions that are available are better than doing this. At least the
Yeah. Yeah.
tungsten one was. Right. So it was
Yeah.
like, I probably chose the wrong one, but it doesn't matter. It's on the list. That's the one I
Yeah.
chose.
What I would want to see is these type of price surges, but like make them make sense for different levels of player. So like if you want to make real good money in your like during specifically one of these in like a cutlass that has what 48 SEU, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
48,
could do Amiyoshi blade
46.
and you'll make decent money. If you want to go further than that and you've got access to a C2 that has almost 700 SEU, then yeah, maybe you do tungsten and you can deliver that to like a larger a
Yeah,
location. Um, but the extra pay total, like obviously
they're
account
equal.
for loading and offloading, whatever. Not even necessarily equal. You could make more money.
Yeah,
You can still make that fine because otherwise
they're
everyone would just do the
comparable,
smaller
is
one
what
because it'd
I
be
guess I
faster.
should say.
Yeah, they're comparable, and it's like you still also then can go like, all right, well, you're still getting like 20 to 30% extra if you do the
Yep.
larger payload. It just requires that more effort and requires you to have that larger ship. But if you do any of these, you're still making more money than you normally would. Is like
Yeah.
where you want to be, right? I think so.
Yeah. But again, I can't say it enough. I think this is exactly what we need. It just
Hmm.
they need to dial it in throughout the year. It seems
Yeah,
relatively simple. And I
this
hope
one
they do
feels more
more of
like a
this.
balancing thing of like just figure out
Yeah.
figure out how much money we want, and then give us a little less than that. That's what you should be doing.
Yeah. Or again, just it oh, it pains me that like if they just took the time over the last few years to just dial in systems and then do
Yep.
stuff like this, we would be in such a better place. And they just
Hmm.
didn't do it. They just didn't want to do it, and I don't know
Yep.
why. I don't know why. Roadmap roundup. You want to do next?
Yeah. Most of the roadmap roundup is stuff that we've already covered today
That's
from
true. I meant to save
and
the
last
Kelto
week.
for that. My bad.
However, I think the last thing in it is new, which is they're doing some stuff with weapons. They're updating some visuals. I would
I didn't notice
hazard these are.
anything.
It might not be in yet, to be fair. I would imagine it is because like we're already at all waves, so there shouldn't be much more content to add to the patch. But
Yeah. I saw
um,
somebody in in-game
yeah,
chat saying the FS9 looks so much better, and I was like, pulled it out, and I was like, what? It looks the same
looks
to
the same
me.
to
I'm
me.
confused. Okay. I was like, is it my settings? I was like, I'm confused by this one. So
Uh,
if anybody knows what's going on here, I'd love to know. But
I was going to assume that at least a few of these are probably updated squadron models, um, particularly the P4AR and the FS9.
yeah,
Don't know about the rest of them, but those at
P6
very
too,
least,
for
I
sure.
imagine. Yeah, and the P6. Yeah, probably literally just like the current model as it stands in Squadron
What if it's just
and ported over.
optimization?
It could be, but I don't
No?
think they would put that as a feature of the patch. Like they have put some very basic things, or not basic, like some much smaller impact things as features, but I feel like that's a bit too
It's a
basic.
stretch, right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
true. I mean, yeah. So roadmap roundup was a weird one because we already knew what was going to be written there before they wrote it there, and that's like a first. We haven't
Yeah.
really had that experience before, so
And
not a surprise that
we
it
I think
wasn't
actually I think we kind of do
great.
get that, but it's always the first patch of the year because their
Yeah,
schedule for roadmaps and stuff is weird.
might be off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Last thing. This is I just find this to be hilarious.
Mm.
Um, they sold this thing for $28, and then somebody forgot to put it in 4.5. So you have to wait for
Yeah.
4.6 to get it, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I just find this to be super funny. I love when the store fails because everyone's like, the store is always works. Like, not always, guys. This time it didn't.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was funny. Just the price of an indie game. No worries. Here's your
Mhm.
gold skin and your concierge bait. It's this is the world we live in now, 2026. Crazy. And then my daily reminder that they said that they were going to split items out from
Yep.
skins, and they still haven't done that yet. So
Mhm.
they're still selling items. Way to go, CIG! You're the best. Love you.
Yep.
And that's all. That's all I got.
Sneak peek. Sneak peek.
Oh, I thought we talked
So
about it.
they
I talked about it on my stream. I
uh
think. My bad.
possibly, yeah, because I don't think we talked about it on the pod yet. But they're continuing to show more of
Wemsky.
some of the lesbian stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Does it, can you
Once
pick
again,
anything out
presumably,
and be like,
uh,
I can't. The red lights,
I don't know,
maybe.
something weird going on. Oh no, that's just cave.
It just looks
The
like every other
box.
location.
might be new.
Yeah, like I'm not indicating that there's anything here that I found that you
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah.
There's this is just a hallway in Levski.
It is for sure just a hallway, but it's to me, this being the sneak peek, more and more showing that almost certainly 4.7 will likely be the release of what's it called?
The
Municipal Wax.
Municipal Works or
So
Rockbreaker, like one of the two.
yeah,
Something.
yeah,
Um
yeah.
oh,
So
thank you, PC 101 in chat. Ground vehicle missiles have been updated to go from like they arm at 50 meters. So you could shoot them
ooh,
really,
okay,
really
wow.
close, which is
Yeah, yeah, that's huge.
funnily enough, that's just reverting back to the way they used to work.
Yeah.
Nothing really new there actually, but and that's why I kind of forgot about it. Is I pulled out a ballista on stream,
Mhm.
and somebody was standing still. I still have all the same issues with lock. You fire, the missile just shoots straight. So
Mhm.
like you still have all your same missile bugs that they haven't fixed, but they're going and addressing this, which is like, okay. And then
Yeah.
if it does work, if a ship is moving quite fast, the missiles don't like pull omega high G maneuvers.
Mhm.
So you kind of have to like lead the ship and aim a little bit, and it takes some skill.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. So I think it might be useful at a Hathor potentially to prevent bombing
Mhm.
runs, but that's it. Like if there's a fighter coming around nose downing, you're dead. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're dead. Like you're better off with Centurion or something. We tested even.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
yeah, kind of interesting, but like I absolutely destroyed an M2.
Nice.
That was like going for a pretend bombing run, and it was like,
Yeah,
okay,
yep.
so like it has a use case, but it's like, are you really gonna invest a player into that? Like I see Church in Twitch chat saying better off with a boom tube, 100%.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yep.
I don't know. But I didn't use the smaller missiles. So yeah, like Storm AA or the smaller vehicles that have smaller size. I was using size 5s and
Yeah.
size 7s, so they're kind of slow. Was that my
Yep.
mistake? And is that why I'm feeling like it's not that useful? Potentially. Potentially.
Well, like at the very least, it says to us like because this is not the first time in the last few months that they've done some weird things to well, not weird things, but like done some buffs and stuff to ground vehicles. So should we expect something soon? Maybe.
As in
Mm,
another vehicle sale? Is that what you mean?
well, well, we
I
should
mean,
always expect another vehicle
obviously.
sale.
Yeah.
No, like content that might use it, or they might be trying to incentivize people to use it in some new content, maybe.
Ah,
Because like why like for example why
maybe.
did we get the ground vehicle with the PDC? That seemed completely pointless at the moment. Why would you buff the ground vehicle missiles at the moment? Seems completely pointless at the moment. But like if we have an event sometime soon that you
Yep.
would want to use them,
You make a very
it would
good
make sense.
point. Sometimes it doesn't make sense in the moment, but then a few months later, you're like, so that's why they were
Yeah,
doing
like
all that
they're
work
literally
on
like
the
building
XYZ.
the yeah, they're like building the
Yeah.
mission or the event or whatever it is right now, and they're like, this kind of sucks. You know what would be good if we did this, and then they just do that. So
Yeah, for sure. All right. We actually have quite a few people in the waiting room. I know we want to keep it somewhat
mhm.
short today. You want to go to callers and give them a few minutes each and call it a day? We got 3 people and we'll rock and roll. Sound good?
Sounds good. And if you want to call into the show, make sure you go exclamation mark podcast in either of the chats. Follow the link, go into the green room, and chat about anything you want, as long as it's Star Citizen and preferably the topics of the day.
Yeah. Hello, Sharkbite. Shark is here.
How we doing, Shark? You have been in there for like an
Yeah,
hour and
how's
a
it
half.
going, guys?
Yeah. I was like, we're definitely going to Shark.
You were very prepped this week, it seems.
I was actually awake, had alarm set and stuff.
Nice.
Um,
What do you want to talk about?
first thing is pretty sure we're already gonna have some bingos getting marked off. I don't think on my card,
Mhm.
but on let's see, one of the things you guys talked about earlier, I forget what it was, if I remember. But anyway, yeah, bingo card is still up if people want to go play with that. But having dynamic events that make it so, like, if you even are around a player that's exposed to Levski, so like pandemic style, sorry to trigger people, but like that would be interesting where, like Croncy was saying, there's a debuff, and then once you help to cure it, then yeah, you get your cure first and whatever. I
Yeah.
like Mike's suggestion there.
Maybe
But
even get a
making it
buff.
so that like, yeah, I mean, if you make it so that like there's a small debuff, doesn't make it so you can't play the game, but it makes it so that you are definitely incentivized to go help out, and you actually feel the negative stuff. That's really important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
You can't tell the
as far
story
as
of the game in text. You also have to tell it in the
yeah,
game to the player who's playing.
yeah, and
Like,
if
come on.
everyone is affected by it, then it's not going to be like some players are advantaged or disadvantaged unfairly. Yeah. Uh, as far as releasing ships without like fully being completed, yeah, even as far back as like the Hornet Mark II and whatever, they don't have the
Still
physicalized
don't.
components, and that was after they said that they were going to be like releasing ships at gold standard. It's
Yep.
like, okay, you're putting extra work for yourself that you know you're gonna have to do later, but you're releasing it because of a timeline.
Yeah.
And that's just annoying. Um, I totally agree that we should have some sort of like a review step or a focus group or something where they are like at least sometime in the PTU before they release it. Have
Yeah. Ships just
people
kind of
like
they just kind of get released.
yeah, and then you have issues with I'm trying to think, one of the ones that was the worst, I think, was the prospector but does salvaging. I'm forgetting what it's called.
Fortune.
The
The
Salvation
fortune.
or the Fortune.
Yeah,
Fortune.
it had like major bugs with the fortune and major oversights and stuff. And then they did the same thing with the Guardian MX. And it's like, okay, you took out the bed, which was just a minor thing. Like, you don't have to put the full hab in there, but put a bed in there. If you're not going to put the bed in there, then take out that back bulkhead and like have the back half of the ship drop down with cargo or something. Like, don't just give it 2 empty rooms. Just stuff like that it doesn't make sense from a design perspective. They are doing a oh, I remembered what the bingo thing was. Reskinned event. That was it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely a
Yeah.
reskinned event.
Yep. And then the last thing that I had was as far as if you're in a ship and it's on fire, highly recommend people bind open close all. I have it set to Alt and number pad 0, but that'll open up all the doors in your ship and the an exterior door at least, and that will suck the oxygen out, but that'll put out fires, and then you're able to use your fire extinguisher jetpack without burning yourself on the walls.
Yeah, I actually experienced a tiny bit of engineering today to like add to that. I was like, oh, that's nice. I was going through a Corsair which has like 37 doors to get to the cockpit, right? And I left the back door open, so I saw that it was like 0 breathable air, and then the next room was like a little bit more breathable air, and then the next room was like a little bit more, and then more and more and more, and I was like, oh, that's kind of
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Like
just
you
I
can
never
see
even
it
said
like slowly trickling out or whatever.
yeah, so like I didn't even
Yep.
say anything on stream about it. I just saw it and thought to myself that was kind of cool, and I just brought it up here. But it was like, oh, the room system works. Cameroll will be so happy because I remember Cameroll used to post a video every month about how the room system didn't work.
Yep.
But yeah, other than that, there's still major bugs with the character creator. I made a whole thread on it. There's like 6 or 7 of them now with their own issue council stuff, and like you can't even use it properly without like you can completely freeze it where you can't interact with anything just by like using the blend sliders. and the blend sliders are the only way to adjust the shape of the head now because the like 2 nodes are missing.
Mhm.
They just disappeared with 4.5. So, yep,
Nice.
annoying stuff. But I'm one of the people who uses it the most, so I'm obviously going to encounter bugs like that.
Of course.
Fair.
Anyway, you guys take care.
You too, Shark. Be good, buddy.
Yeah, cheers, Shark. Have a good one.
Yep, bye.
Bye now. All right. Our next caller is Rozgriz. Roz, are you there?
How we doing, Roz?
Hey, how's it going?
Hello.
Good.
So, the one thing I wanted to bring up with you guys is, personally speaking, I don't do PTUs. I'm sure you can probably guess why.
I mean, right
so-
now, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't do PTUs right now.
Yeah, that's just a complete waste of time in my eyes. I mean, there's plenty of people that want to bash their head against the wall trying to get stuff to work. But anyway,
Mhm.
so all mining missions that are coming in. So a little bit of backstory with me is I came into the project around 318, which is, I'm sure you guys remember, the perfect time to play.
Just quickly, I have heard so many people say that they started during 318, and that's just insane to me. I don't know
Yeah,
how you guys stayed playing the game.
It was
well,
the
that's
most
the
hype.
thing. Well, that's
There
the
was
thing. is,
super
like,
hype
I
around the
felt
game at the time.
what you say about 318 is how I feel about the original backers. Like, how the hell are you guys still around? Like, that's insane
Fair.
to me. Absolutely insane. I'm well past the honeymoon phase. I'm just like,
Yeah.
all right, if it dies, it dies. If it succeeds, it succeeds. Either way, I'm completely happy with it. Let's just kind of get something going, please. Because I've personally never been this invested in a project of this caliber before, so I don't know what to expect. Like, I've never been in this position, so I'm so used to getting the final product of a game or a product, and if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. Whatever. So this is all new territory to me. So I'm just kind of just hoping for the best. But anyway, the mining missions. I've heard that the way you turn in the missions themselves is through the refined version of that ore.
I should
Is that
stop you.
true?
They're called resource gathering missions, not mining
Okay.
missions.
Okay.
And
but
you're
So
right. Yes.
is that event specific, or is that
No.
like the new missions to come in?
It's
There-
both.
There's actual new missions. Yeah.
cool.
So there's some that are part of the event, but there's just regular, like, boring old. They're not actually old. They're new, but like your regular style of missions are in there.
Okay, cool.
I have a
Because-
bit more information on this. I'll just jump in and say it.
Perfect. Yeah, go ahead.
Elliot, the mission dev, was in my chat early this week, and I was like, "Hey, not to bother you. I'm sure you just got off vacation and you're just here to chill, but mining missions don't feel like mining missions when you have to refine them. It makes way more sense to be like, hey, a mining mission requests like the raw ore to like a refinery or something." And he was like, yes, I know we wanted to do that. It was a technical issue, so we're doing it this way, but we wanted to do that. And I was like, okay,
All right.
that's all I need to know, and I'm good. Just do it eventually when you can. And
Yeah.
that's how I felt about it.
And it just, and on that note too, because I was going to bring up as well, like, because I know you have a couple devs rolling in through the stream and the chat and talking with you and communicating, which is awesome. But to me, turning in a refined, more processed version of an item seems like it's more work than just hey, get this raw thing and turn it in like a cargo mission. You had to go through all these additional steps with with the refined version, and it seems like a lot more stuff can go wrong. So the fact that that is the standard of what happened versus just the basic raw ore, that's just kind of weird to me.
It's not even it's the standard is to deliver something, to say you delivered something, but not do it to the best way possible. Not take the time out to do it right. It's to do it and to say you did it, to make it perceive that you've done a good job when you haven't actually done the job at all yet. Right. And I feel like that is like just Star Citizen as a whole and has always been. And this is no like knock on Elliot or anything. I think it's just
of course not
the way it is at this company. And it's just I don't know if it'll ever make it if that mentality doesn't change, and I really hope
Yeah,
it does one day.
I'm completely on board with you, man. Like, been watching you for a while. I kind of wasn't a big fan of you at the beginning, but once I started getting out of the honeymoon phase, that started, okay,
Yep.
now I understand.
Yeah.
My eyes are
Not so
open now.
crazy.
But yeah, exactly. But like for me, I love the industry side of things. I love mining, or I used to love mining. The cargo, the logistics side of everything. That's what I like to do in the game. I don't like PvP. If I do PvP with my org, it's strictly, hey, do you guys have an Idris? Do you guys have a Polaris? Do you need a
You
turret
hop in a
gunner?
turret, yeah.
Exactly. Like
Same.
that's the most. That is the extent of PvP that I will do in the game. But yeah, it's just I love mining. One of the very first ships I pre-ordered or bought, however you call it, was the Orion.
Yeah.
And but unfortunately, I think that's going to be one of the last ships to get into the game. But anyway, but the
For
whole
good-
aspect
hey,
of yeah,
I hope they take their sweet ass time with it and make it
I
good.
know,
Same.
man.
I hope it's the last
I
ship that
can't
comes
wait.
out.
I'm
So
just
it's
waiting
good.
for the onboard ship refineries. I mean, I have a feeling that might happen this
We
year.
see that
but,
this year,
I
I
mean,
think.
Yeah.
that's one step closer in my eyes, and that's progress
Yeah.
for at least for the mining side of things.
Every change
But
to
yeah,
refining being like really worse than it's ever like more annoying or like less fun tells me that they want the ship that they want you to buy to be more fun.
exactly.
Therefore, we'll get ship refining this year.
But yeah, that's I'm not sure how much time I got, but that's kind of the whole reason I called in. I was just super curious about how the mining missions worked out and whatnot, if it's even going to be worth my time once it does come out.
Yeah. We'll see.
Okay,
I
but
don't
yeah.
think so. Here's the only other thing that I'll say is you do a mining mission, there's reputation involved. No matter how much rep you get, it's just another intro mission. And it's like intro 1. Like, so it is mining missions are not here at all.
Yeah.
They are here to gather your feedback and
Yeah.
give your feedback, but you are not a mining mission main in 4.6
Yeah.
just yet. I think that there's a ways to go there, and I think that's the right way of doing it as well. Start small, gather that feedback, make it better, and then do all the missions. So
Gotcha.
again, it feels like the year of doing the right things, maybe not doing them well, but doing it the right way is like kind of some of the things that they're doing here. I know we complained about them doing some things the wrong way with the Aurora, but a lot of things were on the mission side. I feel like they're doing it like the right way this year. So yeah, we'll
It
see.
definitely sounds like they're on the right track, but then again, it's really hard to get worse from here on out. So
Very good point.
yeah, so I'll leave you to it. I'm not sure how many of you guys you got left to go through, but yep, I just wanted to say hi. First time talking to you guys, so really cool to meet you guys.
Yep,
Yeah,
cool
we
to meet you
appreciate you
too,
calling
and we hope you call in again soon, man.
Awesome, man. Appreciate it.
All
Later.
right, talk to you soon.
Everyone,
Bye. All right, and our final caller of the day, Jedi Menace.
And we hope you call in again soon, man.
Hello.
Hello. You might want to
Hello.
mute us if you haven't yet. We're hearing
Yeah,
ourselves.
first time caller, just like Roz over there. First time caller.
Yeah, sure.
Never won. Yep.
I wanted to first wish you all a happy, slightly used year. You know, so.
Yeah, you too.
But I, unlike Roz, I backed a little before him. I started in 317 when things was pretty smooth. So, and then when 318 hit, I was like, ouch.
Yeah.
But one of the things, and I've always said that kind of is this irked me about Star Citizen is they like to do things implement things the most tedious way possible. And that is just and these cargo missions and stuff, I don't really like doing them and cargo events because I don't want to be loading and offloading. I don't mind if you all let me pay to have it loaded and offloaded for me. The tedium of loading and offloading just kills it for me. But that's just me. But a lot of the issues, I hear they talk about, when it happens to me, I just say, Star Citizen is being Star Citizen. I mean, you see it all the time.
Yeah, I really wish it wouldn't, though.
Yeah, I wish it would be
Star
something
Citizen would
else.
Stop being Star Citizen.
Can Star Citizen be anything else?
I mean, I always tell my friends the best thing about Star Citizen is also the worst thing about Star Citizen is the level of immersion. I mean, you really feel like you're in it and you're there and you're doing stuff. But then, because of that, everything takes super long to do anything.
Yes.
You know, you're there and you
One
realize,
that came up today. We were talking about it. Is we were in the process of going through all the ships and looking at all their different night visions, and the server was working for me. But just like once again, just the amount of time it takes for ships to go down and come back up in your hangar. Like, yeah, the first time it happens, super immersive, super cool.
yep.
You feel great. The 300th time it happens, bro, I'm just standing there doing nothing. Like, I want to play the goddamn game.
And worse yet is when the ship comes up and it's sort of glitch out that thing, and you're like,
Yeah,
ah,
Now I
you
have to
gotta
do it
set
again.
Yep.
Yeah.
So as I say, I feel you. I feel you. You spend an hour and a half and you realize, wait a minute, I only did one mission.
Yeah.
You're like, because it's so much time to prep and get things organized, and then you finally go and you do one bunker mission, and you look, it's like, I don't have much time to do anything else after this.
Yeah.
You know, so that's, I mean, they need to work on some, I mean, they've been working on getting things a little more stable and stuff like that, which is great. Another thing they need to, and I've noticed this in not just Star Citizen, but other games. Basically, quality of life features is an afterthought. Right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff
Yeah.
with the Moby Glass, the menu, and I know changes are supposed to be coming with it, but even with some of the changes that has been implemented, you're like, why isn't this a feature of it because of what they've implemented? Because it would just make the use of it more convenient. You know, so that's just my own. I haven't spent a lot of money in Star Citizen because I do not want to feel like I have to play because I've spent so much money. So I've gotten my money's worth in playtime. So if for God forbid I stop playing altogether, I'm not upset. All right. But I do want this to succeed, like a lot of other people. I just wish they would stop implementing things in the most asinine way possible.
Yep. Yeah, that would be nice. And when you said that might just be me, another person in chat said it's not just you. And I think a lot of people would say it's not just, if you're hearing this and you're watching on YouTube and later on, write it in the comments. It's not just you. You know, like that's the thing. Like, I don't know if we can, how do we, I wonder if was this written in the post year survey? Like, if they asked, do you like moving cargo? I wonder what the response would be. Right? And then does that prioritize them working on like auto loading and unloading a lot more or something like that? Like, hey, we like your game. We just don't like every aspect of it, Chris. Like, it's okay.
Yeah.
You like learn from it and do different things. We all like your game. I just don't want to load all the boxes all the time. I want to have the option. If I really want to load the box and save money, I'll do it. But like, I really need that option in every cargo situation.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of forced monotony in this
every
game that
location.
could just become like variety instead and could make for a lot more of an intriguing game.
Yeah. Like, I don't know.
I cringe. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, like, maybe for certain missions, like, yeah, that it's like, oh, it requires you to load, and it's only a few boxes, and you got to be really careful, or, you know, like that's interesting. But if everything and it's just bang bang da 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 da, and you're just like, oh God, no, I can't do this. So I don't know. They heard us on the missions in the game, in a new event that like they were a little smaller than players wanted to be, so it was more boxes, and they heard that and then raised the box sizes. So like they're listening, but they're not listening to everything. They're listening to what they want to hear, it seems like. So
I mean, it doesn't help that the tractor beam does be a little janky and moving, you know, and stacking boxes isn't as smooth. But I cringed so hard when I first saw when they were talking about Lesky and being able to load and offload the Hull series ships manually, and I'm like, all that cargo to load and offload manually? That's a no for me.
It's only 100 boxes.
But when
Only.
right now, but remember it have some larger ones coming.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, that's definitely not a get for me. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't intended to get it anyway, because most of the time I'm playing solo with one or two friends. So I tend to focus more on the smaller ships and stuff like that. So
Well, hey, I mean,
I
that's
just saw.
that's something I really think that they need to realize is that the cargo hauler in any of these game types is typically a solo player.
Yeah.
So the idea of like integrating gameplay that like forces you to like going back about the recopied like resource drive thing. One of the great things about resource drive about it being at the outposts is people were like, all right, let's get this guy out of here next. So everybody was helping each other load the ships really quickly. In this event, you don't have that option. So yeah, it's now all on you or your org if you have one. So yeah. Yeah. It's just one of those things where like we were helping each other.
Yeah, people leaving Atlas by the by the freight elevator. So even if you didn't have one or didn't bring one, there was an Atlas there to help you load.
But they looked at that as a good thing, and they didn't realize how much of a bad thing it is.
Yeah, because people were just frustrated, and that was just a workaround. And you shouldn't build your systems and stuff for workarounds. You should build it for what's the best way to do it because as much as MMO is supposed to be a multiplayer game, you have to understand a lot of people play MMOs just to be able to live and experience a world, not necessarily party up with other people. You know, it's a different experience living in a breathing world than playing in a living, breathing world than playing in a single player world and stuff. But I just saw somebody join up in the chat, so I'm gonna leave so somebody else can get in and talk. Nice seeing y'all, and keep going strong in 2026.
All right, sounds good. All right, Jedi,
Cheers,
thank you.
Jedi. Have a good one, mate.
Well, I just checked, and that was Rosgriz who was already here. So we're and we're calling it a day anyway. This is about the stopping time, so it was good spot to end the call anyway, Jedi. So we appreciate you, even though maybe you had some more things to say, but this is good stopping time for us. And yeah, we just want to. I don't know. I just want to say thanks for watching and everything, and I still feel okay about the patch. We just need to communicate to them like what our problems are, and they need to come back and fix the problems. And if they don't do that, I'll be a lot more upset.
I still am of the opinion of I don't understand why this is a major patch based on like the
number. It should be a .1.
Yeah, because
starting the year
with a round
number.
I imagine we'll get more content. We didn't really.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe that's the case, but I mean, really, I just want to make sure the servers are working so that I can actually play. I can't experience the event yet because the servers just aren't working.
Yep. Like again, I said at the beginning, I was really looking forward to today, diving more into the event and doing as many missions as I can and trying to figure out the ones I like doing so I can do the ones I don't like doing first and getting it done and that's it. But I just same thing, just didn't have that opportunity. So fingers crossed it's just a weekend problem. And they come back to work on Monday and it's like, oh, there's a switch I need to turn on and I forgot to turn on and that's it. So I don't know. But yeah, that's where we'll leave you guys. So we want to thank you for watching. We appreciate you. Hit the like button if you're watching on YouTube. Check us out on Twitch. Both Croncy and I stream on Twitch. And comment down below. I did ask a couple questions of like, hey, what with the wreckage thing and what else? One other thing. It was like, what were your experiences? Because I'm not sure. Oh, the black market thing. Everybody's looked. Nobody knows what it is. So that might just be sometimes they write patches in before it actually happens. But yeah, so leave a comment on any of that stuff, anything we discussed, and yeah, we'll catch you guys next week. And Croncy, I hope you don't forget to.
Answer the call.
He sounds
I'm
tired,
so tired.
guys.
I'm
Yeah,
so tired.
it's time. Time for bed.